Hey, welcome back everybody. Welcome back to my channel, AmusedJester. My name is Junior, and today we're going to finish reviewing the Beast Kingdom's movie collection Batman. I have here the Batman and Robin Batman, which is basically the George Clooney Batman, the Batman trilogy from Christopher Nolan, which is the Christian Bale Batman, and finally we have Batman Forever, which is the Val Kilmer Batman. I already reviewed the Michael Keaton Batman and everything. And you can kind of see in the boxes what's coming in for this review. Let me take them out of packaging. I'll show them on the tray for you guys, just to get a clear view and everything. Oh yeah, there's stuff in the back over here. Here's the one in the back of the Kilmer Batman, and here's the one in the back of the this is the Panther suit Batman. I thought it was the other Batman. Anyway, let me take him out of packaging and I'll be right back. Alright, so they are now out of packaging. Let's look at the Christian Bale Dark Knight Trilogy Batman first. In the tray, you have the grappling gun. You have a smoke bomb over here. Two batarangs, which are nice and thin, not out of scale like McFarlane does. He comes with 3 extra pairs of hands and the one that's included with the figure. Relaxed hands, seems like, gripping hands, and more gripping hands. So that's the Christian Bale one. Yeah, we're gonna go this one really quickly, even though there's like 3 figures. It's pretty much the same and everything. So this is the Val Kilmer Batman, which is kind of interesting. He comes with more hands than the trilogy Batman. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pairs of hands. But this one last hand is actually already attached, and it seems like molded to this line right here, which is really good. I've never seen that before. Definitely will make for a more stable connection, so you don't flopping around and everything. I wonder if this is his bat grappling hook. And then his special it does fold. Look at that. It does fold, but I don't think it's meant to. As you can see, it's kind of like gonna fall apart, but don't worry, you should be able to just squeeze it back in. And then Val Kilmer over here, gonna put him aside. I'm not gonna look at specifically because otherwise this is gonna be a really long review. Let me put it this way: everything you can think of in terms of a hand is already in here, but this one's not molded in. It's kind of interestingly enough. How does this work? I'm assuming it goes like that. Oh, this must go in. This one must go in here. See, that's the reason why the Val Kilmer one, having it already molded in the hand, was actually a better idea than doing it this way. Like, I'm sure it might, but I don't know how. Maybe this is for this one. Like, trying to figure out how this hand actually goes in the weapon is ridiculous. Just mold it in. Like, you already had a good one with... Yeah, I'm not gonna play with that. That's just getting really irritating. This one does not go with this hand. It's like when you get to the point where it's more irritating than playful, then you gotta kind of stop a little bit. It's nice that it has the options. It's kind of interesting too, the progression of how they style it between the two. This is a much better, look at that, so much more better experience. Just plug it into his wrist and you're done. Alright, we'll start with George Clooney Batman. And we'll start with his head. The only fault I have with Beast Kingdom is, even though they're getting better with their paint application, it's still very basic. There's not a lot of detail going on in that face, just flesh tone, some sort of lip color, and yeah. So in terms of articulation, we'll play with this one, and it's gonna basically be generic for the rest of them. We already know that sometimes it can be loose with Beast Kingdom, but it has all kinds of articulation you can possibly think of. There is nothing lacking when it comes to articulation when it comes to Beast Kingdom. It does have a doesn't have a butterfly joint, but actually, you know what? It doesn't have a butterfly joint. It has a little slight movement over here. You can put his hands up. You can have him yawning. Oh. This actually, the way this thing is connected is actually pretty good. Oh, it has a pull out, so it gives you a little bit more range going inward. This, even though there's an articulation over here, it's so limited. Look. Oh, there you go. Just push it past, and then you can get an ugly cut, but it can get more range and everything. Not much going forward, a little bit going back. It does have a waist articulation. This is actually not molded in, but it is glued into the back, so thank goodness for that. Does have a drop down on the pelvic joint as well. So, like I said, you're not lacking for any kind of articulation in this one. Doesn't have a thigh cut, but that's fine. I actually like it, prefer it that way. A slight move over here with that one, and this one you get enough. Ooh, surprisingly, that's limited. It got limited by the cut down here, and like this one where it's a lot more. Yeah, but it's good enough. All right, so articulation is not a problem for Beast Kingdom. You got the abs and everything. He's got the nipples. He is the only figure I'm missing in my 1/6 collection. He's the only Batman figure I'm missing. I have everybody else. Articulation wise, wait, before I do that, let's look at the other ones. I'm glad this one's still floppy. It can still improve on the wiring. Here's the Val Kilmer Batman. My least favorite Hot Toys because it's so rubbery. It's like a rubber statue. Ooh, look at that. I like that his cowl is much more different than the other Batman. It gives it a bit of his own character. Nice design and everything. So this one is his final suit in the movie. This is his regular suit, not his final suit in the movie. Yeah, man. 37 bucks. That's a good deal. You get a bit of a cut here. But that's the sacrifice you have to make for a better articulated figure. Nice and squeaky. I would rather get a nice and squeaky joint than a loose joint. I like the two tones of the grays and the blacks and the silver. Alright, let's pull out the Panther suit. This one and Clooney has the same cape. This one's different. It feels almost like velvety. I didn't even know I got this suit. I thought it was the Dark Knight suit. But I'm glad it's this one because this is my more favorite of the two. Right on. Ooh, look at that. Uh-oh. Quality control. Both are left-handed. And he's the one that has less hands than the other two. So we're going to have to take one of these hands and fix him up with a proper facing hand. I noticed that they actually have singular pegs or double pegs, so don't break those pegs. Be careful when you're putting this in because this is sharp enough that you might get hurt. But let's look at the design of this one. Let's look at the face first. Yeah, it looks like Bale. I think the sculpt is there. The paint is really doing a bad job on this one. I think a better paint application would make this figure stand out. Yeah, I like the design on this one. I'm glad I was able to get him. Nice gold features over here. He's got a batarang over here that's molded in. And this one, again, problem with the wire, but I like the fact that he's got the velvety look. Not big enough. The cape is not big enough on this one. The thing with Batman, or Bale's Batman, his cape is massive. Yeah, unfortunately, man, it sucks that my hand, closed hand, is like that. Alright, here's the thing with, the head movement. Is there's no cut here, so there's no movement on the head on this one. No movement on the head on this one. And no movement on the head on this one. So here's the thing with Beast Kingdom. As you probably already know from my previous review of the 1989 Batman, this is basically it for me when it comes to the movie line Batman or any. I'm more into Beast Kingdom in their cartoon styled figures. I'm not interested in getting the Beast Kingdom Man of Steel. I already have that representation of that one, a very, very old one, and the quality shows it too. But this is $37. That's why I got it. But for $50, it's just a bit too expensive for me, and I can put that money someplace else or a different collection. So here's the thing with Beast Kingdom. Very, very articulated, but you're gonna have to expect the fact that it's gonna be loose. Some of the joints are gonna be loose. Some joints might pop up, but don't be afraid. You can always put it back in. But then that might be an issue for you. Paint application is minimal, as you can see, basic on the head and everything. But this one really does stand out quite well. In terms of accessories, you're not gonna have any problems with accessories when it comes to hands. It's everything's covered. Does not have a base stand, which is gonna be a problem because the looseness of the joints, especially here in the ankles, might be a problem, and you might get frustrated in posing this because it's gonna keep falling down. It's a very solid figure, it's a very heavy figure, so these will end up as if it's gonna give. But yeah, there is a lack of uniformity when it comes to tolerances in this one. Like some joints will be tight, some joints like squeaky joints, some joints will be loose. You know, there's just no sense of uniformity in terms of quality in this one. But when you put it on the shelf, they are definitely impressive. I mean, like, they're all Batman. Just to have a collection of Batman on the shelf standing is always going to be impressive. The cape is always going to be a problem. This thing is not good. Either go wireless or do it properly. You know, just anything. Just do it properly, and then you're going to come up okay. But this is the issue that I have when it comes to toy collecting. Is when I'm reviewing something, any particular figure, it's going to be. I'm not a perfectionist. It can't be. It's not going to be a perfect figure. These are for me still toys, not collectibles. Someone want to play with them. I judge them as toys. So it's not like, oh, I'm paying like $50. It should be perfect. No, it's just they're just toys for me. So I have a standard of how would you say it? Standards that I'm okay with. The looseness I'm okay with because you have such a great range in this one. They offer such a great range, and they look very, very well on the shelf. And then the accessories are really good. The price range is good for $37. $50 is gonna be pushing it for these because they're not really on my wanted list to get. But you have to accept the fact that the joints are going to be loose. If you cannot accept that, don't get Beast Kingdom because it's just going to be a factor in their toys. If that's okay with you, then what you're looking for is the fact that they look freaking amazing. They feel amazing too, and the options of changing out the hands, the accessories, everything you can possibly need is good. Does not come with a base, which is the problem too. But I'm okay with it. as long as they can keep the cost down, because I can just 3D print the base that I want. I can customize it to how I want it and everything. So that's not an issue for me. I feel like for me the value for these three are 12, value of 12, because of the price that I got it for, $37. It's really, really unbeatable. And the fact that I was able to get all of them in just 2 Walmart subs, when I wasn't even looking for them. I was looking for McFarlane. I was actually looking for this one. I think I told you guys before, and I got them. So I got pretty lucky with that. But that's it for my review of the Beast Kingdom's Batman movie collection line. If you're into Batman, if you're into the movie collection line, if you can find it at Walmart, these are the best value in this one. Actually, you know what? I'd probably say 15 instead of 12. Yeah. If you were into dark, I wasn't. I'm not. I already have the Hot Toys. That's why my value for them is 12. But if you want a good representation of the Batman movie series, actors and likeness and everything, this is the best for you. 15 value rating for $37. You can't really beat that. You just can't. But my collection is not going in this direction. That's why it's a little bit less. And that's also the reason why I'm not really going to continue the collection line, movie collection line for me. It just doesn't fit my collection. Anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you guys in my next review. Bye.